Let's make this Excel dashboard in less than 3 minutes. Save it for later if you don't need it right now. First, I need to select all of my data. So I'm hitting Control Shift, right arrow, and then down and going up to Insert Pivot Chart on Existing. I already want it here, so I'm going to pick Existing and then pick the cell where I want it to go. Then hit OK, and there it is. We want to see total sales, so sales goes in values, and then we need the item name or vehicle name in the row, and then the legend is going to be the quarter. Now I'm going to right click here and I'm going to hide these fields, and I'm going to right click again because I selected the wrong one. I needed to say hide all fields. I don't really care for those buttons to be on there. Now let's change some colors here. I just changed the background to a light gray by right clicking, and then you can change the color of each of the bars. I'm going to go with grays, but you could use your branding colors, whatever makes sense. I'm going to keep the orange, that looks good, and then let's do a darker gray. Now it's easy to see between the quarters because they're all different colors, and then let's add a title at the top. I'm going to do Emerge and Center because there is no filtering, so that doesn't cause any problems. We're going to increase our font size and change the colors here. You can insert titles on charts, but because there's multiple charts, I tend to prefer to have one main title at the top. Next, we need to insert the slicer. This is what's going to give you those buttons of the rep names at the top. And let's move this in place and resize it. So when you click on these, it's going to filter your chart by the rep name. So then let's change that to a 4-column. This gives you a nice 2x4 rectangle here, but if you had different counts, you'd want to adjust that accordingly. So I'm moving this into place. But before we finish that, let's go back to the bottom and let's copy and paste our pivot. So I'm going to show the field list again because instead of quarter for the bottom one, I just want it to be the overall sum of sales. So the top is by quarter and the bottom is going to be overall. So I'm just going to move this in place here right over top of everything because we're going to use the chart to cover this. This is one way you can do it, or you could just right click and hide. Now I just right clicked on that and got rid of the heading. That is optional. And I'm going to change the formatting under Quick Styles. And now let's move this right over top of our pivot information. And we're going to resize a little bit. Now let's go to the bottom. We need another chart. So we're going to go up to Insert Chart. And if you notice, this time it's going to be the overall sales by vehicle. It's not broken out by quarter. So you could change the title here if you want. This is how you would do it if you wanted to use the chart titles. Again, let's right click and get rid of those buttons. We can just press delete on that. And then same thing, let's make these colors match the above. So you could go with orange, black, whatever makes sense here. Orange is easy. And then I'm going to just right click to show you how you can hide this instead of putting the chart over it. So you got two different options there. Now pick the rep and test it out.